Hello, this video is for IXL, Activity 8.V.4. It is titled Write Variable Expressions, and they are indeed word problems. Our three-character code for this activity is Mike Echo Charlie. So, question is, Devin had C caramels, then Devin's sister took 10 of the caramels. Choose the expression that shows the number of caramels that Devin has left. So we're starting with C, and we're subtracting 10 because his sister took them away, so we're taking something away. So what we're starting with minus what's taken away. So remember that what you start with is, whenever it comes to subtraction, what you start with is what you want to list first, and then what you're taking away is what's being subtracted. So we're looking for C minus 10, and indeed there's our selection here. On the next question, Vincent has 10 comic books. Rebecca has C times as many comic books as Vincent. Choose the expression that shows how many comic books Rebecca has. Well, we have 10 is what Vincent has, and Rebecca, she has C times as many comic books as Vincent. So times is our operation, it's multiplication. So we have 10 times C. Now we could write that as 10 times C, or we could do that as 10 times C. However, with this operation here, we want to stop using the idea of the X for multiplication because, hey, we're in algebra now, and you don't want to confuse it for a variable of X. So we don't want to do that. The dot's not necessary. Who knows? We might get it mixed up with a decimal. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let's just realize that if we have a number followed by a variable, that means that it's that value times whatever the value of the variable is there. So indeed we see that 10C is one of our selections. Let's look at the next one. Leah has B more bouncy balls than Manuel. Manuel has 17 bouncy balls. Choose the expression that shows how many bouncy balls Leah has. So Leah has B more than Manuel. So we're going to take what Manuel has and add how many Leah has, which is B more. So this is addition, right? So she has B more, so we're going to start with Manuel's 17, and we're going to add the value of B bouncy balls that Leah has to Manuel's value of 17. And let's see, do we have 17 plus B? Indeed we do. It's right here. It's the third selection. Looking at the next one, Alexa bought 20 sponges. There were S sponges in each pack. Write an expression that shows how many packages Alexa bought. So it sounds like we're going to have to break things into equal groups because the assumption is that the sponges, each pack of sponges has the same number of sponges in it. So she bought 20 total. There's S number of sponges in each pack. So we're breaking apart, the whole group that we're breaking apart is the sponges, which there's 20 of them. And we're dividing it, we're breaking it apart into the number of packages, in this case, which is S, I suppose, for sponges. So it would be 20 divided by S. I wrote this as a fraction because, well, every fraction is a division problem. I'm sure you've heard me say that plenty of times, and you'll hear me say it a lot more. So in this case, they want you to type an asterisk if you want to use a multiplication sign, and a slash if you want to use division sign. So back here on the 10, oh, we didn't have to type it in right there. Okay, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and go back up here. So in this case, we want to use the slash for division sign, which is basically fraction bar. So for IXL on this activity, we want to type in 2, 0, backslash S. And that would give you 20 divided by S. And that indeed would be the correct answer for this particular problem. Looking at the next one, Jill has, what's with the bouncy ball questions? Boy, I didn't mean to pick so many of them. Jill has B more bouncy balls than Mandy. Mandy has 65 bouncy balls. Write an expression that shows how many bouncy balls Jill has. Well, Mandy has 65, and Jill has B more, so this is addition, right? So we want to start with the 65 that Mandy has, and we want to add the value of B to 65 to represent the amount that Jill has, and that's exactly what the question's asking us. How many does Jill have? So we're going to type in 6, 5, hit that addition sign on your keyboard, and then type in the letter B. Maureen bought T-shirts. The shirts came in 6 packs. Write an expression that shows how many T-shirts were in each pack. So this sounds like we're breaking things into equal groups, right? Because each pack has the same number of shirts in it, right? So we don't know how many shirts she bought, but she did buy T. So T is the total number of shirts. Now they came in 6 different packs, so we have to split them between those 6 different packs, and that indeed would tell us how many T-shirts were in each pack. So 6 divided by T, so we're going to type in T, hit that backslash, type in 6, and hit the enter button. Next question, Dean bought D donuts. There were 4 donuts in each box. Write an expression that shows how many boxes of donuts that Dean bought. So again, sounds like a division problem. We're breaking things into equal groups, right? 4 donuts in each box. That lets us know that each box has the same number of donuts in it. The total number of donuts that he purchased was D. So D is what's being divided. The numerator is what's being divided. And how many groups it's being divided into is our denominator. So it's going to be D over 4, or D divided by 4. So type in D backslash 4. And that is the final answer for this question. Next one, Caleb has 22 books. Judith has B more books than Caleb, so more means to add, right? Write an expression that shows how many books Judith has. So we're going to start with Caleb's 22 and use the addition sign since we're adding, and add the value of B, which is the number of books that Caleb has, because Judith has B more books than Caleb. Caleb has 22, so 22 plus B. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're going to type in 2 plus sign, letter B, and hit enter. Next one, Eli planted T fewer trees than Lisa. Oh, fewer is going to be subtraction, right? Trying to find the difference. Lisa planted 84 trees. Eli planted T fewer. So we're going to write an expression that shows how many trees that Eli planted. So we're starting with 84 trees that Lisa planted. What you're starting with comes first. Then we're going to subtract the value of T. We don't know that value. We just know that it's T fewer trees that Eli planted. And that would give us our final answer. So 84 minus T. Notice you don't need equal signs in these on these problems because we're dealing with expressions. Expressions do not have an equal sign. Equations have an equal sign. Notice that word equal is the root word of equation. So equations have equal signs. Expressions do not. Isaac bought S shirts. Isaac bought S sheets of stickers. So he bought a certain number of sheets of stickers. There are 14 stickers on each sheet. That's probably important information. Write an expression shows how many stickers Isaac bought. So for each sheet, there were 14 stickers. So if you had one sheet, that would be 14. Another sheet, plus 14. Another sheet, plus 14. Notice we're adding the same value over and over and over again. So repeated addition of the same value is multiplication. So we're going to multiply. We're going to go 14 times S. Now, notice the instructions say use an asterisk. Now, if you want to be safe, I guess you could put 1, 4, hit your asterisk button, and then hit S. However, I'm pretty sure that if you just type in 1, 4, S, I think whenever I did this activity, it worked out this way. So 1, 4, S because it realizes that that is multiplication. If you want to be really, really safe, go ahead and use the asterisk. Final question. Russell has 16 stickers. He splits them evenly. Splits them evenly. We're dealing with division. We're going to break something apart into even groups. He splits them evenly among E envelopes. Write an expression that shows how many stickers are on each envelope. So what we're breaking apart is the numerator. Altogether, there are 16 stickers. So that goes at the top. We're going to break them into even groups among an E number of envelopes. We don't know how many envelopes they are. We just know that they're represented with the letter E. So we're going to go ahead and type in 1, 6, backslash E. All right, so that is my final example. IXL, activity 8.V.4, writing variable expressions, word problems. Good luck with your activity.